Actually, let's talk about how you got into what you're doing now, because you didn't really ever do like mainstream porn. You've kind of always been a solo independent content producer, which is kind of like the ultimate dream for most sex workers now. So tell me about your journey on how you got to where you are today.
Um, I mean, I started posting like bikini photos on Instagram and they started getting some traction. I think back when I started doing this was like 2016, and I think it was a lot easier to like get on the explore page just for looking cute. I mean, you could still do that, but it's a lot harder as like a sex worker because you get shadow banned and whatever. But back then, um, I just started getting followers and I didn't have like a lot or anything. I had maybe like 20,000 or something, but people started asking me about my private Snapchat. What's your private Snapchat? And I was like, what the hell is a private Snapchat? I used to call it chat snap for so long. I didn't even know how to say it right. I
When,
like was a
when is this?
really late bloomer to social media. Like,
When is this? Like people are at, because the private Snapchat thing I feel is sort of new,
I was
or
doing it
maybe
in
not.
2016. So
Okay, so like 4 years ago. Okay.
I was doing it like I had my own website built so that I could sell my private Snapchat on it because I didn't know about like FanCentro and all the other ones where you can sell your Snapchat on back then. But yeah, I was really late to social media. Like after it was like a year after college that I got social media. So um, yeah, I mean, people just kept asking me what my private Snapchat was, and eventually I just like gave in because it. I was looking at the numbers and I was, you know, pretty positive that I was going to be financially successful at it, and I was really miserable at my job. So I just decided to start it, and I did really well my first month, and I was like excited but also really nervous, didn't want to do anything with my money because I was like there's no way this is going to keep happening. This is like a weird life hack, and I've just gotten really lucky, and I got to start saving all this money because it just doesn't make any sense.
So what did you start doing? Like, were you just posting nudes, or like were you starting to do sex scenes? Like, what was that first step that you
Oh,
made?
it was like a couple photos of my old boobs in the bath. Like very
Okay.
mild, very I was really like nervous. I didn't talk that much. I just like kind of would play music and make little cute videos of my body, and that was pretty much it back then. I didn't even really consider that you could like work with other people and film it at the time. I did that for like a long while. Um and then I started dating Adam, and as soon as like the first night him and I hooked up, we just were like filming each other. We just thought it was hot. And so I think that's probably how I got into the idea of like shooting with other people and filming with other people, was just because him and I were doing it in our personal life. And yeah, and then I had like a threesome with a girl and like him, and like that was really successful. And that's like a year later. But then I realized, okay, like this is the thing to do, is to like make videos with other people. This is what people really like to see. And like I had a girlfriend in college. Like I was always into, trying new things, and just like I was into women too. So for me, it just kind of came naturally to like work with other women.
Hmm.
And then from Snapchat came OnlyFans because people Snapchat kept getting deleted all the time. So I just kind of like evolved in that sense, kind of went with what platform made more sense for me.